Hey guys, Dan Hurley coming at you. I want to do this video because something that JR had talked about at convention had got me really excited. And that was the concept of, the collecting buying power that we have with Market America. And, we've been hearing about the shopping annuity and, turning spending into, money. But I don't think we really realize the power that we have with our buying power. So the challenge has been, it's been amazing having shop.com and having all the partner stores and getting cash back, et cetera, et cetera. But what has really happened with the shop.com having 3,000 partner stores and millions of products to buy from, it has not really given us specific collective buying power. What do I mean by that? Well, we all use toilet paper, paper towels, trash bags, razors, soap, things of that nature. But the challenge with shop.com is some of you guys are getting those things at Target or Walmart or Jet.com or Staples or Box.com. So the reality is, our buying power is spread so thin because we have the options of buying all those products at all kinds of different stores. So it's not like we can go to Staples and say, okay, we want even a better price because we're sending you so many customers to buy, toilet paper. As funny as it is, that's usually the store I go to for toilet paper. But, not everybody does that. So we're not really showing the true buying power we have. And so at convention, it really hit me. The billionth of a volt finally hit me of what it will take to really use our collective buying power. And what it really takes is being very, very specific. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, there's 180,000 franchise owners. There's 20,000 people that show up at these events. How many people use tall kitchen trash bags, right? I mean, pretty much everybody. So collective buying power truly is not the fact that everybody's using shop.com to go buy those, which hopefully people are anyways. But the buying power goes in when, the company posts something on unfranchise.com that says, okay, guys, we're now going to negotiate for, kitchen trash bags. But we need your help. We need you to, go on unfranchise.com and click on, collective buying power and select, okay, I'm in for kitchen trash bags. And quite honestly, I don't really care if they show up now or 3 months from now. I know I'm going to need them and I'm going to spend the money on them anyways. So whenever Market America can make the deal for them, I'm in for that. And what that means is then, Marty, gets, 10,000 people that said, yeah, I'm in for a box of, tall kitchen trash bags. And, I don't know, that's probably typically $10 for a box of kitchen trash bags for who knows what. And then Marty can call up these manufacturers and go, look, we need an order of 10,000 boxes or 10,000 units of trash bags or, a truckload or a, railroad cart, however, whatever's going to give them the cheapest or least expensive price. So if you're going to the store now and it's costing you $10 a box of tall kitchen trash bags, it's sure not going to cost $10 if we just put an order in for 10,000 units of, trash bags. But that's true, collective buying power. And then, maybe we're getting those trash bags for $2 a box. And, and now it's discounted $2 a box. So now we're paying $8 a box. And then, part of that goes into, obviously BV. The great thing is, they're really looking at this and they're creating this collective buying power as BV items. So now maybe you have 40 or 50 or maybe 60% BV, on that item. And again, that may not seem like much, but we've been talking for years and years and years about turning spending into earning, and this is true turning spending into earning. I mean, I can imagine showing the plan where I'm like, okay, and this is going to take a few years, but, do you buy razors? Do you buy trash bags? Do you buy toilet paper? Do you buy, paper towels? And yeah, we do that now, but at 4% IBV, it's not enough where I can show that turning into, commission checks very quickly. The idea is people will stick to this, people will do it if they see checks, and, quite honestly, there's no reason to ever quit. They're spending the money anyways. It's creating BV that eventually they could even use for the requirements if they want to. Oh, man, it's just a no-brainer at that point. So, what does that look like? I don't know. I mean, they're doing these surveys for us that, we need people to jump on board with. But, I just did a quick little list. I mean, I was kind of like, oh, man, how many, items are like that? Because let's be honest. Do you really care what your kitchen trash bags are? I mean, whether they're Glad or this, that, and the other, you just want the things to work. So there's enough generic items, that down the road, and it's going to take some time, but down the road, it's amazing how many things our households go through. And maybe it's just a consumable once a year, but most of it's not. So, toilet paper, paper towels, trash bags, regular size kitchen bags, razors, which they're doing it on now, paper towels, napkins, paper plates, computer paper, even pens, pencils, toothbrushes, certainly food items that, they're working on that. Because, man, if we can really hit it on food items, that's going to be huge. I think the challenge they're struggling with food is it is a lot more diverse, that people really, there's just way too much variety in, with the different foods that people eat. So I think they're struggling with that a little bit, but freezer bags, bleach, for God's sakes. I mean, we're probably all buying bleach once or twice a year. Sponges or, scrubbies for your kitchen sink, that you use to wash dishes for. Light bulbs, as mundane as shower curtains, and, towels for the house, and hand towels, and, toilet cleaner, and Band-Aids. I literally took 5 minutes and really said, okay, let me really, I mean, does this make sense? Will this really add up to anything? And it does. I mean, it really does. And, the day we're trying to get to is the day that they say, okay, look, just like they have right now. Who uses razors? I have to think of 180,000 people. A lot of people use razors, 20,000 people that go to conventions. I mean, come on. Half of those people don't use razors. And they're, they put feelers out there. Look, if we can, order a certain amount of razors, what kind of price can we get those at? And that's what they've done. They did it way quicker than I thought they would do it. They were, talking about it, and I know we've already done it with toothpaste and hand sanitizers and some things like that are really exciting because then it's got a little, shopping annuity label on it. But, we're really trying to get it up to the next level. But they've put it together. It says, hey, who buys, razors? Look, we're not going to order these. We can't go to the manufacturer to order these until we have 2,500 of people that have agreed to basically pre-purchase these. But do you really care? Who cares, right? And so they're basically saying, look, check mark here. As soon as we have, an order for 2,500 units of these, we can put an order in at a severe discount, and then we'll deliver those in, somewhere in November. And let's be honest, one of the biggest challenges is the shipping cost. So what they'll probably do is, look, you're going to check mark here. You've agreed to buy it. We've already got your credit card on auto ship. That we're just going to add these to your auto ship items, when your auto ship pulls. Instead of creating a lot more expensive shipping it, separately, that's probably really the next wave of these things. In the meantime, if you need razors for the next month, go buy them. But, order razors. And, so then they put this order in, and this is pretty dramatic BV. Now, I went, and I don't really pay that much of attention, but, if you were to buy a new razor, it's going to be around $10 for some kind of Gillette, razor with a cartridge or two. Well, the price they got for us is $6.99. To me, that's an amazing price. And then, the refill of the cartridges are, $6.99 or $6 or whatnot. But with 40% BV, not even IBV, 40% BV. We're not talking 4% at Target and 4% at Jet.com and 4% at Walmart. We're talking 40% on consumable items people are using all the time. And that's where it gets so exciting because, I don't know. Well, let's kind of go through it. So I actually had to erase my order so that you can see this, and hopefully you can see this. But now in our back office, under ordering, there's this new link that says collective buying power. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I wish it would actually pop up here, that basically said, hey, we're ordering trash bags. Are you in or not? And all you got to do is put a check mark in, to make it that simple. And I'm going to suggest that to the company, and hopefully someday maybe they're at that level that said, okay, we're putting an order in for, toilet paper, paper towels, and paper, napkins, paper, and paper plates. Check if you're in for that. And we don't know. It might take 2 weeks. It might be, take 2 months. We can't submit that order until we get enough people that say yes. So that you go through and do that. And I don't know, maybe that's a, $20 order at 40%. That's 8 BV. Well, that may not sound exciting, but it's 8 BV on things you're going to do anyways. And now suddenly multiply that by, 10 people on your left and 10 people on your right, that's 80 BV. But the thing is, once they get that established, well, guess what they're going to do? 3 months later, they're going to put the same thing out that says, okay, we're going to order toilet paper and paper towels and paper plates and napkins again. Who's in? And you check mark the ones you want, and leave the ones you blank that you don't. But once they get those things established, then this is something that's going to be ongoing. And poof, there's another 80 BV, a quarter later, and then another 80 BV the next quarter. And that's just those simple items. You get down to a list of, 100 items, throughout the year at 40% BV and maybe the average price of $10. That's 1,000 items, just thinking out of the box here, but that's 1,000 items. I'm sorry, $1,000. Right? So 100 items at $10 each we're spending anyways. That's $1,000 total throughout the year on consumable goods that you're already probably getting discounted. And, for, 40% BV, that's 400 BV per year per franchise owners on true items that you're ordering anyways throughout the year. So 400 BV times, 10 partners or 10 households per side. Now we're getting into the 4,000, 5,000 BV range. Guess what? That's practically a $1,500, in commission in 1 year. Okay, but you maybe spend $1,000 on items you're going to spend anyways, and you're getting $1,500 back because it's collective buying, and you're probably already getting at a discount. So again, I was always very excited about Shop.com and IBV, but what excites me more is those were at, 2%, 4%, 8%, and, it got frustrating because people just were not seeing enough IBV checks quick enough. This is 40%. I don't know about you, but 4% versus 40% is night and day, and we still have the other items. That really makes a difference, and I think part of the challenge is, we've kind of, been swamped with this over the last 3 or 4 years and have not seen huge results yet of it, just because, again, it's such a low percent that we're kind of ignoring this collective buying power that JR is doing and the company's doing. Well, I'm hoping that I can compel you to jump on board with this because, again, it's still going to have growing pains. It's still going to take some time, but, man, this is the kind of thing, 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, you will look back and say, wow, I'm so glad that I held on, or wow, I'm so glad that I'm part of this, or, you know, when you can sit there and show the plan and draw the plan and show the BV and get to the requirements that are completely fulfilled on true consumable goods that people are using in their household, every few months or every year or whatnot, it gets a lot easier to show the business and show the plan. So if you have not done it already, please go to your back office. The top part is a survey they're using to try to kind of get feelers out for, products in the future. A lot of those products are food items. So again, I'm telling you, the mother lode is the food items if they can finally find, ones that everybody or the majority of people are doing. But I think they're going to always struggle with that because I think the taste, but they have obviously everyday household items on there too. I mean, let's be honest. Do you really care? I mean, you're either like, the bigger rolls with, harder toilet paper or the soft rolls. It's one or the other. Click which one you want. But anyways, you're going to go under ordering. And you're going to go under this new thing that says collective buying power. And again, it seems like a survey, but it is a survey, but it's also a pre-order, which to me, I just absolutely love. Do you currently purchase razor systems for men? Yes, I do. Do you love shopping annuity performance for men? Yeah. I'll tell you what. Even if it was the same price of everything out there, just the fact that Shop.com and the shopping annuity logo is on them, I'm buying them. I think it's the coolest thing in the world to see that. Would you like shopping annuity brand razors, for men, as a product? Yeah. So some of these items, I mean, again, we're probably not going to stock, trash bags and toilet paper, but there's some of these things that, they're going to stock if we start selling enough. And the key about stocking them is the fact that then people can just put them on their transfer buy, or things of that nature where, they're readily available. You don't have to wait for them. So new distributors or whatnot, they can put their initial order in and, even do that to get to their initial 200 BV. So there's some things that they will stock in-house. And Market America has huge amounts of land that they can, that they have the ability to build new facilities and buildings. And I do see them someday having another facility that's really just for collective buying type items. Will you pre-order, brand razors? Yes, I will. Okay. And how many, are you going to pre-order? Well, at least 2, for me and my son. Will you add shopping annuity brand razors for men unfranchised? No, I don't need those every month. So no. And the other thing I'm really pushing the company for, we've got a shopping annuity transfer by now. I don't know if you know, but, as long as you do the minimums under, your regular auto ship of 10 BV, 50 BV, 10 IBV, and UFMS, there's actually a second listing now for shopping annuity auto ship. And that the shopping annuity auto ship gives you the ability that says, look, I don't really want to think about it. Every 3 months, send me a roll, more toothpaste, and send me more, razor, cartridges, and send me, laundry detergent, because people aren't doing that every month. So that's where this new one, which I actually asked the company for over 10 years, those of you that know me. So this is the one that doesn't have to be monthly. You can set this one up to just ship every, 30 days, every 90 days, every 120 days, every, 32 days. You can pick whatever you want. I'm just saying that's what this secondary one is. So please don't ignore that. But again, the collective buying is just kind of going through this survey. How many units are you purchasing? Well, I'm not going to order one of these units per month, so I'm going to keep that at 0. How many brand razors, do you anticipate your team ordering? That's a tough one. I honestly have no idea, but hopefully 100 people are going to be buying razors, and, units can you sell to your customer base? I don't know. I mean, this may be tougher to go to customers, but I'll put in 100 right now. So that's just a survey. There's just things they're looking for. Hey, should we, is this something we should have in-house or not? Okay, well then what about refills? All right. Do you buy you refills? Of course I do. Would you want shopping annuity ones? Absolutely. Would you to be an exclusive product. Yeah, the refills, absolutely. You know, would you pre-order them? Absolutely. You know, how many to pre-order? Well, let's go ahead and get 2 for now. You know, 2 things for me and 2 things for my son. Shop Annuity branded razor cartridges are unfriendly. No, I'm not going to put it on auto ship. I don't need them every month. Who knows, maybe. You know, cartridges, do you anticipate to order per month? You know, I'm going to leave it at 0. I'm not going to order these every month. You know, how about your team? I don't know how 100 people don't use or need razors. And, you know, I don't know, maybe, you know, 1 customer each. And then we get into disposable, right? You know, do you use disposables? Well, if I have the regular, I probably don't, but it's nice to have some around. What, do you want them? Yeah. That'd be cool as an exclusive. Will you pre-order? Yeah, I'll pre-order some of those. You know, I'm going to get maybe 2 packs of those for now, you know, for vacation or whatever. Shopping for your unfranchised? No, I'm not going to put it on my auto ship. Disposable razor, but you interested in ordering per month? I'm not going to order disposables every month. And again, I have no idea, but I don't know, it's got to be 100 distributors on my team that order those and 100 disposables, right? Or to their customers, maybe 1 per customer. And then we get into the female ones, right? You know, how many disposables, you know, for, you know, females? Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. And yeah, those are probably going to go on auto ship. We're going to probably need at least, you know, 3 of those for my you know, my 2 daughters and my wife. Will you add these to your auto ship? Yeah, you know, the women probably go through that way more. Disposable for women, do you anticipate, you know? Yeah, I could probably see getting 2 packs of those a month. You know, for my team, God, I'm going to say 300. You know, I mean, I don't know if you're using regulars or not, but, you know, between that and maybe customers, right? And then, so you're submitting your vote/order. So I'm kind of agreeing to pre-order those. So my pre-order is, right, you know, that 2 of these, let me get 2 refills, right? 2, you know, or 3 packs for the men. And then the disposables for the women, I'm going to get, you know, 3 packs of those. So I'm pretty much pre-ordering those right now. And all that means is, look, you know, once they reach a certain amount, you know, I'm already in there for that order. And this is where it's amazing. So look at that. That is 29 BV for that order. And I'm just telling you, it's not $57. It's $57 of money my household is spending anyways. And again, somebody could put it right in their, you know, for their requirement if they want, you know, or you can download that, you know, into your, you know, centers or the 1 person. So I have a 301 placed, really at the bottom of the team. So when that comes in, you know, just put it there on money I'm going to spend anyways. Right. And again, you know, shipping, expected date, right? So that says November 30th. That just means, look, you know, once we, you know, get enough of you guys agreeing to it, then, you know, we're going to go ahead and order it. And you're pretty much pre-ordering it. And do I really care? No. If I need to get them before that, I'll get them from shop.com and go pick them up at Walmart. But if not, you know, go ahead and order them, you know, when they come in. So, you know, you're just going through this and thing. All the card and everything's on you know, on order, or, you know, already saved for me. To me, that is an absolute no-brainer. And, you know, at the end, it'll, you know, again, my pre-order is in. It's crazy that everybody does not do that at this point, right? So I think, let me just see what it looks like when you go back. So when it goes back, it's already in there. You know, if you make a mistake, you can cancel it. But I don't know if you guys are catching this or not. To me, this is really exciting because, again, to be repetitive, you know, it's not that we haven't had buying power, but it was spread so thin, the company couldn't do anything with it. So, you know, this is an example of being very specific. So I think what we're going to see in the next few years is if we can be very specific on our buying power, that's where the true power is. And it's BV items, and it's everyday items. And I can look anybody in the face and say, look, if you're buying razors anyways, this is a no-brainer. I mean, that razor for men was $6.99. I found 1 razor that was less than $6.99. Everything else was $6.99, $9.99, $23.99. Those razors that they're selling are generic, I get it, but they're less expensive. So you're already saving money. That is exactly every dime. It's less than my family's going to spend on razors anyways. And then again, if we can get everybody on board with this, then hopefully it will be as mundane. But toilet paper, I can't wait. The day that we see the exact same thing, you know, based on toilet paper and paper towels and trash bags, you know, and you name it, pens and paper, you know, and, you know, toothbrushes, you know, those are the things that then when I'm showing the plan and I can pull up those examples, that's big time stuff. You know, I know it's going to take some time, but, you know, once they get these things established, they're just adding to it. You know, it's funny because every time we go to a convention and they add an extra, you know, isotonic product or, you know, change your formulation, that's great, you know, and that's big and whatnot, but it's usually once or twice a year we get those things. You know, this has the ability to add items all the time, you know, once they establish, you know, where they can buy these things. And that's big percent. 40% BV is huge. You know, that's you know, I should just say, look, you know, when they added Mocha Tonics, you know, it was a raise. You know, it wasn't like, you know, they just reformulated the multivitamin. When they add a product that people are buying something similar anyways, that raises everybody's checks, okay? Well, this is really going to raise people's checks, and it's not going to be one time a year when they come out with one item. The whole goal is down the road, you're going to have hundreds and hundreds of items to choose from that are everyday items. And if you don't jump on board at that point, I don't know what to tell you, because, you know, JR for years is going to talk about everybody just doing this. You know, it's a no-brainer. You're spending the money anyways. You know, I love when he says on stage, you know, people are saying, oh, well, I think I'm going to quit. Quit what? You haven't done anything, and it's money you're spending anyways. But I think we've thrown that around a lot, that, you know, some of it isn't money they were going to spend anyways. They may not have been buying OPC already, or even a multi, even though they all should, okay? These are things people are truly spending money on. And if I'm sitting across the table with somebody, you know, showing them this and saying, I'm sorry, so you don't spend money on toilet paper and paper towels and razors and toothpaste and toothbrushes and, you know, napkins. You know, if you're going to tell me this doesn't make sense because you don't spend money there, you know, I don't know what to do to help you at that point. So anyways, you know, it's been a long time since I've done a video, but, you know, Hearing Convention was awesome, and I was reserved because, again, a lot of times we hear things that take forever to come out, and then literally to see within a month them have the collective buying power on our unfranchised.com, I was ecstatic. And it even took a little bit for it to sink in that this is real. They are doing this. This makes sense. But I think they are also struggling with people paying attention to it because, again, we've been hit by so much that, you know, I think people are glossing over it. So please, you know, as simple as it is, let's prove that this works and it's worth continuing this process. Go to your back office, click on collective buying power. If you use razors at all, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. If you're not doing that, I don't even know how to comment to you. This is things that you're truly spending money on anyways, and this is what it's all about, and this is what's going to increase all of our checks, and this is what's going to make it easier to recruit people in the future. So anyways, do me a favor. You can pass this to anybody you want. You know, please comment on this because I'd love to hear feedback about this. But hopefully this catches on because I'm really excited about the potential that all this brings. Appreciate you guys, and we will see you all at the top.